Hello, everybody. Welcome to Build Fly Go. This is day 19 of our trip, flying day 19. We are in Jacksonville, Florida, trying to make it back home. There's a good bit of weather northwest of us, covering a lot of the continental United States right now. So we decided that we were going to make it about a third of the way and then land and take a break and look at the weather and see what the plan looks like. And we were lucky that a third of the way was Evoke Aviation, who did this fantastic paint job on our airplane. And we sent Jonathan a message and said, "Hey, we might be stopping there. Can we come visit? Um, is everything okay? Are you guys working? All that kind of stuff." And he said, "Yeah, stop by." So we decided to do that. We went to Gadsden, Alabama, to Evoke Aviation for our first stop to visit with the master painters that did all this work for us. Along the way, we misplanned our bathroom breaks, shall we say, and decided we needed to make a stop, an unplanned stop. And so we just picked a little airport nearby and stopped, pulled in, just used their bathroom, said thank you, and continued. I want to say that was maybe 45 minutes into the flight. I think this was about a 2-hour flight, so maybe 45 minutes into the flight, we stopped for a quick bathroom break. No big deal. The weather is beautiful at this in this part of the country, so it gave us an opportunity to see yet another airport. And I have no idea what that airport is right now. I will post in the comments what the airport is. I do remember there was one other person coming in the pattern right after we landed, and the wind wasn't too bad. I don't believe it was gusty, even though we're having some really solid winds in the U.S. right now because of there is a big low pressure dip right over the Great Lakes. So the winds are sort of getting sucked into there and sort of spiraling around it. So that's causing a lot of pretty high winds aloft. I think we were seeing 40 knots, 50 knots at 9,000 feet ish. So we take off here, and again, sorry, I don't remember the name of the airport. I will post it in the comments. Take off to Gadsden, and it's maybe a 40-minute flight to Gadsden. No, I think it was maybe another hour to Gadsden. At this point, we did something that is, I understand, impossible to do in a lot of other countries. We decided that we did not want to worry about the weather when we got there. It looked like it was broken and the ceilings are a little iffy, so we called, I think it was Macon Radio on one of the VORs. You look up the frequency on the chart and you call the radio, and we asked, can we file IFR from here, right? We know we're in the air. Can we file and pick up in the air? And they said absolutely. So they took down all of our information. They were even good enough to just look up our profile in Leidos. Leidos is the system for filing company that files in the U.S. So they just looked up my information from the N number and had 90% of the iCal form already. They just needed fuel and people on board and things like that. So very quick filing in the air, which is just very cool and very handy. And so we picked up our clearance on the radio again, and then they flew us to the RNAV approach. I believe this was RNAV for 1-8 at Gadsden. It's sort of broken and iffy, which is and really gusty, which is the only reason that we actually wanted to do this, is because we wanted something a little more prescribed to fly into sort of an iffy weather, very windy airport. And I think it was right around this point where we're below the weather and we're not going to see any more clouds. We canceled IFR on the radio and let them know, we're good to go. We see the airport. We're on final, and so the controller was happy to let us go, and we took it from there. And here we are landing on. Yep, I'm pretty sure this is 1-8 at Gadsden. Gadsden's a great little airport. I think the one thing that I need to tell the FBO, which we forgot, was there's quite a bit of debris on the uh, end of 1/8, sort of approach side of 36. Um, just sort of like little rocks and busted up concrete and just like things that need to be swept up. And here, Jonathan came out to meet us and is just looking over the airplane and seeing, as he says, what have we done to his airplane? And we're just pointing out like little dings and dents and nicks and things like that. And he says, okay, well, let's pull these N numbers off, right? Because it was the big vinyl N numbers that we don't need in the US. So, and then he said that they would clean up the airplane and get all the vinyl glue residue off and clean up the avgas stain. I think I might have mentioned this in a different video. Our right wing got a nasty avgas stain. I believe it was the FBO in Puerto Rico filled up the plane and put it in the hangar, and it probably got hot and just sort of overflowed while it was in the wing, and it just dried on the wing. And because the paint is so new, the stain set pretty much immediately. So we show this to Jonathan, and he's like, "Nope, we're gonna fix this." And so some of his guys come out and start detailing the airplane at this point, and we're just like, "What is going on? Thank you. We really weren't expecting such incredible service. Thank you." And they get the stain 90% off just by buffing it out, and they get all the glue off, and they just like clean up the plane in general and look it over. And we're going to make an appointment to come back out at some point when sort of the world settles down a little bit. As you all know, things are crazy right now in the U.S. and everywhere else in the world. So we decided, we're not going to overnight here. We need to keep going home. But let's book a time and we'll come back and do a real detail and clean up everything. The other big thing that needs to be sorted out on the airplane is the nose wheel pant got cracked, unfortunately, by that same FBO in Puerto Rico. But on the return, they cracked a wheel pant. The general manager has said that they're going to take care of it. I just need to send them a bill. So Jonathan's going to clean that up. He's going to send us a bill for that. And we'll pass it on to them. But as usual, just phenomenal service, right? Like you don't usually expect to taxi up to the shop that painted your aircraft and then a half dozen people come out and start detailing it for you. That's incredible. So thank you everybody at Evoke for being fantastic. Thank you Jonathan and Sam for being so good to us and taking such good care of us. They ran out and got us sandwiches so that we had something to eat on our way home. So again, you guys rock. So at this point, we're trying to figure out weather. The weather north of here, you can see it's sort of iffy. Those clouds are moving really quick. Even though this is a time lapse, those clouds are really huffing it. So we decide that we are going to go to Nashville. Weather at Nashville looks good. We wanted to continue going northwest because we know that if we don't go a little further today, we're going to get stuck for a few days because the weather looks bad right over Tennessee and Louisiana. And this looks fine still. It's going to be bumpy, but it's fine and it's safe. So we decided we're going to go to Nashville. Big airport, big runways, and not expensive. They charged us, I believe, $5 for an infrastructure fee. And we requested hangar for the airplane, and they charged us, I think, $60 for the hangar. And fuel was reasonably priced. So, yeah, definitely more than you usually want to spend on a, just a stop for an overnight. But very well priced for the service we got and for the hangar and everything. So we were very happy to stop in Nashville, and Signature took pretty good care of us. So thank you, folks at Signature. We did file IFR for this one, as you can imagine. You can see the weather. We're in and out. A few bumps, but nothing too crazy. Just sort of the normal kind of thing you would expect. We did see a lot of, I think it was last week, there were some tornadoes that touched down in the Nashville area. And if you slow the video down, you can see big swatches of devastation, lots of houses with roofs torn off and things like that. So take a look. Nasty stuff. A lot of power in those winds. But here we go. We're on final for, I think this is 2-0 left. Yes, 2-0 left. Got it. And big airport, and we just taxi over. This is pretty cool. We taxi over one of those little bridges, yet with cars coming down under us. But anyway, more videos to come. Do follow along, and we're almost home. Thanks, everybody.